Greetings and salutations to all of you lovely and beautiful people out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to yet another installment of Counter Reaction. So, in today's episode, I'm going to be taking a look at EMINEM, Head Hancho, featuring Ezy Mil. Now, M just dropped everything, right? So, I was looking at all the songs and I'm looking at the features. This is the first one I gotta get to. I saw Jelly Roll, never really been a huge fan, but I was exposed to him very early on, like in the infancy stages of YouTube when he went viral the first time, semi-viral with the dude doing coke in the bathroom. He was doing that little freestyle. It was cool. It was dope. But then, when he started making music, it's cool. It just wasn't for me personally. So I will get to that one for sure, but this is the one that I want to get to first. Don't really know what to expect. I've only heard Houdini and the LL Cool J song that's on Patreon. I forgot what that one was called. Those are the only two that I heard from the album, but I didn't see that LL one here as an option. So maybe that's like a bonus track. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe that was old. I don't know the circumstances surrounding that whole thing. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's Ezy Mil. I'm a big fan of Ezy Mil. You guys know, yes, I'm critical of everyone. Don't get it twisted. Just because I'm critical of these individuals does not mean I don't respect their pen or that I don't like their music. It's all a matter of preference. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it.
Doing my best just to not blow my cover. Know it's all just a test, but I can't pass up this hunger. There's still a hole in my chest, and I'm trying to strap it with numbers. All you hoes got your checks, but I'm a queen when I run up. Cross a king with my hunters, shooting threes in abundance. Rookie G's acting thuggish, you pawns to me, shut the fuck up. Annihilation's what we love, steady hitting, getting dubs. Just wait till we get the guns out. 45 na kalibre o 9, ikaw na bahala sa dinami-rami mong mali. Utak mo lang may tama, sakitid mo mag-isip pare, laka malang nabanat. Naglalim-laliman, ang sarap mong ilublob sa dagat. Di kailangan magpatunay sa sino man ang nakikinig. Di masasalag ng sentido o ng iyong bibig. Picture this, I might be a hero to your little kid, or a villain. Either way, I'm the fucking head honcho. Money come from my flow, the clip a lead blanco. Get the bread pronto, yeah, I'm the head honcho. Money come from my flow, clip a lead blanco. Then get the bread pronto.
Okay, so you guys know how I feel about a lot of M's hooks or choruses, right? They've never really been for me. It's hard for me to find an Eminem song with a chorus that I'm like, oh, this is listenable. Ezy Mil, on the other hand, usually has really dope hooks and choruses because he knows how to attack the beat in a multitude of different ways. On top of that, the main reason why I actually wanted to react to this one first is because I wanted to get this new Eminem album journey started on the right foot, because I trusted Ezy Mil to help be the catalyst for it all. And I wasn't wrong, by the way. Now, granted, there might be better songs on this album with other featured artists, sure, but this was a safe bet for me. Now, there is a new added layer of cleanliness when it comes to Ezy Mil's writing. I don't know what happened. I know that he was always capable of it, but that's exactly what we just experienced here in this song, at least in the very first verse leading up to the chorus. No forcing, no cramming, no over rhyming, and also no added syllables in parts where they don't belong. And there was a solid transition that he made in his first verse. And there's kind of three ways that you can approach transitions as far as hip hop is concerned, at least from what I've observed or the tactics that I employ, right? And it can just be a bar, right? Something that's relative to the actual scheme, not rhyme scheme, the scheme prior. It can be when there's a slight change in instrumentation within the beat. And then lastly, it can be syllabically, where you have introduced syllables in the rhyme scheme before that are going to be a lot more prominent in the following rhyme scheme.
Got loose scripts, two grip, that's the shit I'm smooth with. I'm the new kid that these fathers can't fool with. Shit, my new slips, I tighter than how these boots fit. I got that new drip that drown Titanic or cruise ships. Don't you dip and dabble too close, just watch us from a distance. I don't fuck with all that glucose, you fall and need assistance. I could do the same, but who knows? I'd rather say good riddance, Jack the Ripper, ripping parole, annihilate with persistence. I try to say something different, but by today I'm just spitting to.
Yeah, see, I always like the multisyllabic internals that he includes. It's usually two. And that's okay. It doesn't need to be more. I'm not saying, I only say it like that because it might come off as like, oh, that's it. No, it's difficult. Even if it's polysyllabic internals, sometimes they're really hard because, again, you have to find the right words to use to stay on the topic, and it vastly limits your options when you're trying to convey a point. But some of the best lyricists know how to do this. And Ezy Mil is an above average lyricist, 100%.
Don't fuck with all that glucose, you fall and need assistance. I could do the same, but who knows? I'd rather.
Yeah, glucose, who knows? Those are the internals, right? And then need assistance is the external. I don't know what he rhymes it with.
Say good riddance, Jack the Ripper.
Good riddance, and assistance. It's not a 1-for-1, but it's all good. It sounds enough like it is, and yeah, it's cool.
And paroles annihilate with persistence. I try to say something different, but by today I'm just spitting to rhyme while making a living. But mama say that I'm different. She proud of how I do business. I kinda resemble hitmen. They got away from the killing. I'm the head honcho. Money come from my flow. The clip a lead blanco. Get the bread pronto. Yeah, I'm the head honcho.
They call me the boss though. You can call me Marshall. I
Get the bread.
So Eminem's gonna go last, of course. But yeah, Ezy Mil's ability to write a beat is always it's always so impressive to me, because there's a lot of times where I've heard Ezy Mil's music and I have a concept of how the beat's going to be approached, and then he does his own thing. He's just extremely unique in that way. And I've mentioned his obscure references of things kind of limits, his listener base extremely as far as being able to grasp the concepts that he's trying to convey. It's perfectly fine. There's a lot of context missing, but you don't get any of that here. He's just rapping. Maybe there's some bars that he wanted to translate that didn't translate well. Speaking of translation, whoever uploaded this audio, when you got an artist rapping in I don't know exactly what dialect Ezy Mil speaks. I should know this by now, but I don't. But in Filipino, just to blanket it, you got to add some sort of translation or subtitles for that, guys.
You don't relate to me, guess you never been angry or sad. Or maybe just have never had to face any adversity. Take any ass whippings I basically had to see some shit that'd make you faint like you're faking a jab.
Okay.
Bitch, you wish you had a life like mine. You just fantasize the shit you write. You guys like lying. Everything you
like
ever
that.
been through multiplied by 9.
Ooh,
Ain't
I
even
like
half
that.
the shit I went through by the time I was 5. Like
Yeah.
what? Saw my uncle get
Like
stabbed.
that.
Took a knife right in the abs. And all he was trying to do was get my tricycle back. Yeah,
like that.
the one that Boogie, Malcolm, and Isaac just jacked. After they jumped me and
dope.
stumped me and hit me twice with a bat. Was 5.5.
Eminem's storytelling through syllables is always absolutely insane to me. Sometimes because of the stories, right? Some of them are a little far-fetched. It's easier for him to reach into his vocabulary bag. But even something as simple as this, where he's explaining a story of his uncle getting stabbed to get his tricycle back jacked, like, even though it's very, very simple, a simple usage of words, and there's simple words being used, it still adds up syllabically. He's still writing the beats, and there's a shit ton of internals involved. And that's why Eminem's one of the GOATs, man. He really is. But that's why I like when he does this, because when he doesn't do this, it doesn't detract from us knowing, like, oh, we obviously know what he's capable of. But when he doesn't, it's like, but you can, and you specifically chose not to, or you thought this was a good idea. And then sometimes that's when I'm like, yeah, I feel let down. But that's just me. You know, I hold him in a different regard than everybody else does, and I'm more loyal to the genre of hip hop than any artist within it. So let's rewind it. It was dope. I really liked all the word selections here, like the word pairings.
A knife right in the abs, and all he was trying to do was get my tricycle back. Yeah, the one that Boogie, Malcolm, and Isaac just jacked. After they jumped me and stumped me and hit me twice with a.
And it probably wasn't Isaac. If it was Isaac, if Isaac was there, then cool. Then that makes it even more dope. We would never know. We don't need to know. The listener doesn't need to know. But that name rhymes perfectly with everything else. I mean, could you find a better name that rhymes with tricycle? Isaac just had tricycle back. Isaac just jacked. It was jacked, right? Isaac just, yeah. I mean, no, it's perfect.
Was 5.5. A knife right in the abs, and all he was trying to do was get my tricycle back. Yeah, the one that Boogie, Malcolm, and Isaac just jacked. After they jumped me and stumped me and hit me twice with a bat. Was 5.5. Second time I survived an attack. Two twins, they called themselves the Bulldogs. White kids and fat. I was too frightened to scrap. I didn't fight or hit back, and you wonder why is it that I treat a mic like a gat. When I pull it, a bullet from out a barrel the size of a derringer flies. That's how I would characterize lyrics, but America, I could see the fear in your eyes. You saw my terrible side, the blonde hair and blue eyes. Now the writing is on the wall like graffiti still. If you're having trouble reading, will make it simple. He's Ezy Mil, easy name to remember, cause his rap name is the same. It's like 10 minutes on stages for me. Ezy Mil, or should I say Ezy Mil?
I like
yeah,
that.
cause it sure as Ma used to feed me sleeping pills to keep me sleepy still. It was creepy cause in
like that.
could have easily Casey Anthony'd me. These rappers, I'm above them, but punching down ain't beneath me.
I
Cold
knew
is
it,
the
yeah.
wind chill factor, but the fact is I don't know when to chill. But every time I come out, they expect me to fucking reinvent the wheel. Rappers get praised for
Love that.
spitting bars with less than a tenth of skill. Imbecile on the ledge like a benzo pill on the windowsill. Now canceled ain't the word for me. You need a term that's probably stronger than dirty laundry. This controversy got me in the worst of quandaries. Feel like the Earth's axis, the world's turning on me. Like them cops in Akron, Ohio, with Jalen Walker. Ain't caught this much flack in a while, since back as a child. And all I did was say like one thing bad, then it spiraled. Saw you cracking a smile, then relapsed in a mild ways back in the vial. Guess there ain't no civilizing a savage, and I don't give a fuck if you hate me worse than these track on revival. Bitch, I'm back like a spinal, get it cracking like Kairos. It's the coup de grace, I'm cruder than removing claws from a cougar's paws and throwing it back in the wild. But you taming me ain't gonna happen, and I'll live on planet denial for the rest of my life. But you'll be a stand till I die though. Stand till I die though.
Okay, so I love how conversational it got towards the end, and there was a lot of like instrumentation changes in production, and he changed the cadences multiple times and his approach to the song, to his verse multiple times. Yeah, man, that was a lot of cleanliness in one song. In one song, that's a lot of cleanliness as far as writing is concerned. From a writing perspective, extremely clean. That's what I'm looking for. This is an automatic to me. Automatic. This is a playlister. There's nothing that stood out to me that I'm like, oh, nah, this don't fit. This doesn't. Why? Why did you choose to do this? It breaks immersion. It's inconsistent. There was none of that. This is what I'm looking for. So I'm excited for the rest of the album. But let's see. We're not going to do the debate who got who. I think at this point it's completely unfair to do that to Ezy Mil. It doesn't need to always be like that, even though it's unspoken. It is like that in hip hop. You know, whenever there's two artists, two lyricists on one song, that's the debate. But Ezy Mil did an amazing job, and M did as well. And I don't think any of us expected anything less. But that is going to be all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. It is greatly appreciated as always. And I do hope to catch you all on the next one.